Hi, welcome to Bear Talk channel. I'm Bear, product designer who lives and works in Auckland, New Zealand. I think you might heard of 10,000 hour theory, which is mentioned by Malcolm Gladwell. So in his book Outliers, he mentioned that if you invest 10,000 hours into doing something, you will become the real expert in that field. But how to find that area, how to find the skill you want to develop in that 10,000 hours? Is it something that you jump immediately to start to do that, or you can divide it into different steps? In this video, I want to talk about 10-hour theory, or to be accurate, it's 10, 100, 1,000, and 10,000 hour theory. So let's get to here. Like if you want to invest 10,000 hours into doing something, that's good, but a question would be, wait, where I can start? And thinking of this 10,000 hours as a really long line that you want to do, and the first 10 hour, which could be critical. I mean, you can spend the first 10 hour to do some research. So put 10 to do a quick research to figure out what you want to learn. And no matter it's a skill or a hobby or a job. For example, if you want to learn a second language, you want to say something, you want to learn Chinese or Japanese or other language. So you can do some research about with this 10 hours to figure out how hard it is and to figure out why you want to learn it. And you can talk to people, you can do some Google search, you can browse books or watch some YouTube videos and stick to why and check if it match who you are. For example, if you decided to learn Chinese and you find, you are a visual person and you find the Chinese culture is fascinating and there are many business opportunities, and that's the why. And also you find, you personally get familiar with those symbols and characters. So and you have some time or your memory, you think it's good. By doing that, analyze and match, you find, and you might already got some Chinese friend that you can reach out for practice. Great. That could be happen during these 10 hours. And it's about to get you some confident decisions you want to move on. So that's the first 10 hours. And then spend 100 hours for an end-to-end practice. And this is about to learn this domain in a deeper level. And the goal is to be able to use the skill in a practical way. To solve some real problems or to learn it from the beginning to the end in a understandable level. And if you want to learn to code, you can plan 100 hours to learn and to do a small project. And if you want to draw something, you can draw something to make it real. Or if you want to learn the language, you probably can use these 100 hours to practice a scenario and actually go to that scenario to use your language. So the key is to find a suitable course and learn the whole flow. And by doing this, you are able to know the whole flow in that domain, and it might change your next step. Let's take a learning language example again. So you can find any course probably take 40 to 50 hours to learn in total, and you can do 30 to 40 hours to practice. And then you can use 10 hours to do a real scenario. For example, you can just go to Chinatown or go to a Chinese meetup to practice your Chinese and to see how you do in that 100 hours. Right. And then it's about 1,000 hours, and that's for learning by doing it. I think each domain has different key themes. After the first 100 hours for an end-to-end practice, you should have a general sense of how it works. And then now is the time to push it forward. Spend 1,000 hours for learning by doing it. And if you're learning a new language, start to listen to podcasts or audiobooks, watch TV shows, and jump into meetups and find local friends to practice. And also you can calculate all those time combined together, and it fit 1,000 hours. That's a milestone. So do a regular reflection is recommended. So just do some regular check by yourself. And at this stage, patience is key. So you probably won't see immediate improvement for a while, or you might hit a plateau. But I think just trust the process. And then just keep going for 10,000 hours for mastery. And there's no trick on this one, just consistency and reflect and plan regularly and nurture your willing to continue for from different ways. I think if you're learning specific skill or work on your career direction, before hitting 10,000 hours milestone, you're probably already working as a junior in that domain. For example, if you spend 1,000 hours to learn how to design, at this stage, you probably already got some part-time job, or you're helping your friends on their website to do some design job, things like that. My suggestion is to find a job related to that role as soon as possible, so that you can learn from your work. And by doing that, you don't need to spend much more effort on learning every day. And you can keep the momentum because your job requires you to do that. And for example, if you're learning a new language, by working as an assistant at a restaurant or as a translation agency, so you can practice it every day at work, and even your pay is less than you expected. So let's get back to the main point. I think at the beginning is to start by doing 10 hours research to find that is it a fit for you. And after that, by all means, you can decide to spend the rest 9,990 hours in that domain. But before you spend that amount of time, invest 10 hours for the starting, as the starting point. And if you feel good, start from there. That's my tip for career growth today. And thanks for watching. If you have any tips or comments, please leave it below. And stay tuned and stay subscribed for other videos. I will see you in another one. Bye.